The Nadal retirement, maybe it began on the grass courts of Wimbledon in 2022. the fifth set or the five-setter with Taylor Fritz, that was the last time I think we really saw Rafa at Rafa's level. He had an incredible opening 7 months to that year, including the Australian Open title, including the French Open title, winning in Acapulco as well. Final of Indian Wells, an injury setback there didn't end up holding him up too much. Same with the injury setback he suffered in Rome, ultimately lifting his 14th French Open title, and was set to play a semi-final against Nick Kyrgios at Wimbledon in 2022, but that was scuppered by the abdominal issue that he suffered that day. Of course, that wasn't necessarily the one that finished his career, but it was the beginning of a downward spiral that has been 2.5 years in the making and culminated in today's performance, if you like. The hip injury, of course, that was incurred in January 2023 was almost certainly far more significant in terms of the end of the career, but there was lots of other things, as Rafa has highlighted on them. We saw it in the performance today that the movement is just not there anymore. And yes, maybe with practice, maybe with a bit more, maybe he can hang there with the world number 50, the world number 75, the world number 100. But that is not how Rafa wants to head out of this sport. He wants to head out at the top or as close as possible to the top. Arguably, he didn't quite manage ending at the top, but at least a couple of years ago, he was very much at the top of the sport and sealing his 22nd Grand Slam. Yeah, the little flickerings we saw this year in Brisbane to some extent before another hip injury there ruled him out of the Australian Open and large parts of the next parts of the season until we did finally see him in Barcelona and Madrid. Still very much a shadow of himself, I would suggest, in some of those results and some of those wins, but there were some epic moments and some wonderful goodbyes. Also in Rome as well. How can we forget that goodbye on the balcony? Before, of course, a little more flickering as well in Sweden, in Bastard, where he got to the final of the 250 before losing to Nuno Borges. I think there were probably more concerns then about the level and again about the movement. We saw it again at Roland Garros in that straight sets loss to Novak as well. And that was probably the day that finally confirmed to Rafa, if you like, that hang on, even on my beloved clay, even on my beloved home in my own backyard, even here at Roland Garros, I'm still not able to replicate what I know I could and should be capable of. Here we are for this very special encounter at the Bonn Open between Jeffrey Blancano against Damir the Demon Jumur. He's very much demonized thus far, showing a bit of frustration after losing the first set. Anyway, the Frenchman to serve 15-30. Bit of pressure on that Frenchman's shoulders, like a couple of baguettes weighing over him. Needs to take some time. No hurry, he says, at 15-30. He's up a set, 2-all here. What are you going to do? You're going to go there down the middle, and that is a shank. One that even Stefanos Tsitsipas would be proud of. Get that towel, mop your brow. Return to the baseline where you'll know it's 30-all.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca Jorge, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. Just setting my microphone up and we'll get underway with this match between Ekaterina Alexandrova and Belinda Bencic. Do let me know in the live chat where you are tuning in from. Also, who you think voting in our poll to that effect. I will share the score with you in a moment on the screen. Just give me a second. Great. Okay, fingers crossed you can hear me loud and clear. I'm going to check once more. Yep, looks like everything is all working as and good it should. And as I said, let's share some of the Wimbledon scores with you on the screen, but let's focus on Alexandrova, Wimbledon, in that match with Bencic in the fourth round. It is actually a break point already for Belinda Bencic on the Alexandrova serve. So a good start for the Swiss, although she's not yet broken. Meanwhile, we've got Malan Cilic as well involved in a match with Flavio Cobolli. Cobolli leads by 2-0, but they are at 5-all in the third, and Cilic has just hit a forehand winner. And regarding Bencic and Alexandrova, we have some breaking news already at the beginning of this encounter because Belinda Bencic has broken the serve of Ekaterina Alexandrova. I'm just going to rewind my video so I can see exactly how she did so. It was a serve down the tee, a forehand return that took a funny bounce, but still, they were still in the rally until Ekaterina erred on the backhand side, but she was being put under pressure there from the Swiss. So they will change ends and Belinda Bencic will be in fine fettle. Of course, we have other matches coming up today, including Novak Djokovic in action against Alex de Minaur, the world number one. Yannick Sinner is also playing. I think it's up against Dimitrov. Do let me know in the live chat if you've got some strong opinions on those particular encounters. Alex de Minaur, of course, the Australian. He should have played Djokovic this time last year, of course. I think in the quarterfinal they were set to meet there. But de Minaur unfortunately withdrew due to injury. So Alexandrova is bidding to reach her first Grand Slam quarterfinal, but she's not got off to the ideal start with Bencic already up 30-love in this game and a break. Down the tee, actually it's a good bend on that, although that could be the wind. I've heard some people talking about the wind today being an issue. Thought that might even have taken a double bounce, but it didn't. 30-15. Meanwhile, Marin Cilic and Flavio Cobolli are at deuce, but Cilic is going to have a break point to go 6-5 up. Lovely forehand there from Marin, doing some damage, although I do believe the forehand's been an issue for him today. Oh, wow! Flavio Cobolli there. Painting lines. Forehand winner saving that break point. As for Bencic and Alexandrova, Alexandrova now is finally getting into the match, and she is at 30 all on Belinda's serve. Nice backhand return there from Alexandrova, and she's going to have a break point. So from 1-love, 30-love, Belinda Bencic is now going to have to save a break point. Okay, backhand return from Alexandrova is decent, but what a backhand winner there, taking on the rise from Belinda Bencic deuce. Now that's a way to save a break point. Although Cobolli will say, hold my beer while I hit a forehand, unbelievable. Winner. Okay, Alexandrova down the tee, backhand return. Backhand Alexandrova cross court. Backhand from Belinda Bencic, but she's in trouble. Alexandrova thought about coming into the net there and may have to pay for that hesitancy. We'll see. They're still into the rally right now. She's picking up the pace again, and it's actually Bencic who errs on the forehand side. So, break point number 2 for Alexandrova. The longest rally of the match there at 12 shots. Do hit that like button, by the way. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Advantage Alexandrova here. Another break point. Where are you going with this serve? You're going to go into the net. Going to be a second serve for the Russian number 18 seed to look at. Backhand return is decent. Forehand, though, to forehand right now. That's looping up a bit. Quite nice for Bencic, that one. But still in the rally here. Backhand now to backhand. Backhand into the forehand of Alexandrova. Backhand from Bencic. Now it's on the forehand of Alexandrova. Forehand to forehand right now as they go cross courts. But Alexandrova, wonderful backhand there down the line. But it's not one to point out right. Great defending from Bencic. Lots of time to think about it. Now we're into a lengthy rally. And it's Alexandrova who errs with a forehand that goes long. That was easily the longest rally of the match. I'm going to guess at around about 20 shots, although maybe we'll find out in a second. But Alexandrova is annoyed at herself there, and so she should be. She was up in that rally for large parts. 21 shots. There we go. Wasn't a bad guess, was it? 20 shots. Okay. Ooh, wide on the first serve. Cilic, by the way, leads 6-5 over Cobolli. So Cobolli is going to be serving to stay in the first set. A third set, I should say. Backhand return for Alexandrova goes into the net. And we are at a game point now for Belinda Bencic. Here on number 1 court, Cilic and oh, what a return that is from Alexandrova, but well done from Bencic. She's staying in this rally again. Great defense from her. A nice depth on that rally, on that shot, but that drop shot, is it going to work out right? No, it's not. Redrop, but Belinda Bencic is going to get it. Alexandrova did slip during that rally, and it may well have contributed to the fact that Bencic was able to win that point. It was an entertaining point with drop shots being chased down and redrops, but ultimately it was Bencic there with a forehand, just patting it back into the court after that redrop, winning the point and holding for 2-love. Meanwhile, Caboli serving to stay in the 3rd set. He is leading by 2-love, so he's got plenty of insurance in his pocket. Drop shot from Caboli. Cilic is going to chase that down. And the backhand volley from pretty deep on the court from Caboli is going to go into the net. So 15 all. Marin Cilic is thinking, listen, I break here and it's 2-1. Going to have a second serve here at 15 all. Meanwhile, Alexandrova and Bencic into a rally here at the beginning of the 3rd game of the match. And it's Alexandrova with a forehand winner. 15-love. Love Alexandrova. Becomes 30-15. And Caboli, by the way, and Cilic are at 30 all. So Cilic is now 2 points away from winning this set. Backhand return from him into the forehand of Caboli. And he's going to miss. And it's going to be a set point for Marin Cilic. Biggest moment of the match so far. I say so far, it's pretty deep into this match. But nevertheless, here we are. How is this going to go? Caboli saves it, much to the delight of the Italian fans. So we're at deuce. Deuce, ladies and gentlemen. Over on number 2 court. Meanwhile, Alexandrova is got a game point at 40-30. Djokovic and Dimonor will be taking the court in a few minutes. Second serve here for Bencic to look at 40-30. Meanwhile, Caboli has a game point to force the tie-break. Can Alexandrova get on the board here? Bencic defending well once again, as she's done so well so far in this match. Now it's Alexandrova on the defense with a cultured backhand slice. Now she's on the attack, though, Alexandrova. Is she going to win the point here? She should do, and she does. 2-1 of the change of ends. Meanwhile, Cilic and Caboli are at deuce. For those of you just tuning in, please do hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, do hit subscribe. Advantage Cilic, set point, Marin Cilic. Of course, the winner of, there's some other matches going on, but the winner of this will play the winner of Mira Andreeva and Emma Navarro in the quarterfinal. Caboli saves that set point, so they're back to deuce. Nine mothers began the fortnight in the ladies' singles draw, but Bencic is the only one remaining at this round 4 stage. Cilic with a third set point. Can he take it? Can he get there at third time lucky for Marin Cilic to make it 2-1 over on court number 2? Into the rally here, Cilic, slice. Now on the forehand of Marin Cilic, is into the net. Another forehand error from Marin Cilic. The story of the match so far. Ekaterina Alexandrova here now gets up love 15 on the Bencic serve at 2-1. De Minaur and Djokovic entering the court very, very shortly. Meanwhile, Alexandrova and Bencic are at 15 all. Caboli holds serve and we're into a tie-break. There's some Italian fans there, big style supporting Caboli here, by the way. So we're into a tie break between Caboli and Cilic. Cilic has to win this, of course, if he's going to continue his run at Wimbledon any longer, because he is down 2-2 love. Alexandrova here, threatening the Bencic serve at 15-30. Caboli wins the first point of this tiebreak, meaning he's up 1 love. Samsonova and Buzas Monero to follow this particular encounter, the women's round 4 clash, which will be coming up on this court. Now, will that be happening in a couple of minutes, or will it be happening in half an hour or much more? That depends on Marin Cilic if he can win this set. He is at 1 all, but it's now 2-1 Caboli, so they are 2-1 on serve, but Caboli did have a mini break advantage. That has been ceded, but that was then gets to 1 all before that backhand winner from him cross court helps him get to 2-1. Meanwhile, Alexandrova here and Bencic. Bencic has a game point at 40-30. What is she going to do with this serve, Belinda, as she tries to get to 3-1? Goes into the net on the first serve, so it's going to be a second serve for Alexandrova to look at. Number 18 seed. Probably slight favourite in my opinion. Backhand return there. Just lovely net clearance there from Alexandrova. Alexandrova, wonderful depth there as well from her. She's on the attack there with that forehand. Perhaps she should have come into the net, but she didn't do so, but it doesn't matter because she's hit a backhand cross-court winner for deuce. Meanwhile, Marin Cilic and Caboli, 2-2 in the tiebreak. Cilic serving. Okay, Cilic, Caboli here. Cilic holding serve for 3-2, so it's 2-3 on the Caboli serve. Meanwhile, Alexandrova here up against Belinda Bencic over on court number 1. Alexandrova and Bencic are at deuce, by the way, right now, into the rally here at 2-1. Probably just going to switch now. It's going to be a game point for Belinda Bencic. Marin Cilic, by the way, is up 4-3 on Flavio Caboli. But that does include a mini break because Cilic is about to serve. Welcome to Novak Djokovic and Alex de Minaur fans. That match is about to get underway on center court. Wonderful to have you here. Meanwhile, Cilic and Caboli. Cilic misses the forehand, and it's 4-all. 4-all, ladies and gentlemen. Alexandrova Bencic, game point for game point for Belinda Bencic for 3-1. Good morning from Albuquerque, NM, says Ajay. Wonderful to have you here. Do please hit that like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bencic holds for 3-1, by the way. Alex de Minaur and Novak Djokovic are warming up. Cilic leads 5-4 in the tie break. Back to Marin Cilic and this encounter, which is potentially reaching its summit, but we'll see. Well, Marin Cilic is going to have 2 more set points after Caboli puts that forehand into the net. I will come back to Alexandrova and Bencic very shortly, and I will hone in, of course, on Novak Djokovic, Alex de Minaur also very, very, very shortly. But we have 2 set points here for Marin Cilic against Flavio Caboli. Is he going to take it on the first one? Let's have a look. Yes, he is. Marin Cilic wins the third set. Does he have the energy, though, for a big 5-setter? Well, we're about to find out. And certainly in terms of the next set, if he can really make this one a battle, and he gets over the line there. So Marin Cilic makes it 2-1 there. Meanwhile, Alexandrova is serving at 1-3-15 all. Once Djokovic and de Minaur get underway, I will tell you as soon as that happens. But Caboli and Cilic are going 4 over on court number 2. Get your predictions in, by the way. Let me know in the live chat. Who's winning between Cilic and Caboli? Who's winning between Busas Monero and Samsonova? Who's winning between Alexandrova and Bencic? And who's going to win between Novak Djokovic and Alex de Minaur? We welcome Snehil in the early evening in India. You let me know as well, by the way, everyone, where you are tuning in from. Bencic has broken Alexandrova. She leads 4-1 now with a double break. She has one hand on that first set advantage over the number 18 seed. It's all about timing, Snehil, but I am going to create a stream now for that particular encounter. But I'm here to talk about it at the same time, Snehil, anyway. But I think you might be right. Maybe it was the closest call. There's a few, though, today. I think Swiatek Towson is pretty close. Yeah, I guess Swiatek's slight favorite, but there's not really many results that would surprise me in that particular encounter. Samsonova, I think, and Sinner are warm favorites, as is Novak Djokovic, of course. Yeah, Swiatek's Towson's close, and we're going to have that live on the channel as well. What do we think now about Cilic and Caboli? Can Cilic last 5 sets? Maybe. He seems pretty fresh right now. Meanwhile, Alexandrova is fighting here to try and get one of those breaks back. Love 30. Djokovic and De Minaur underway with Djokovic serving first, love 15. It is right at the beginning of that match, but Djokovic has won the next point for 15 all. Where's your money at between Cilic and Caboli? Alexandrova here, 2 break points on Belinda Bencic. I'm surprised at Caboli's run, full stop, but I'm also surprised at Cilic's too, for very different reasons. But Laura Siegemund as well, being in the quarterfinals on grass, is also a thing for me that is difficult to fathom. I guess at Caboli's age, maybe it's, he's not played on grass a huge amount, and therefore it's time for him to build a resume, if you like. Whereas it's not like we're talking about someone in their late 20s, early 30s who's never done anything. Well, in Laura Siegemund's case, for example, yeah, that's more difficult to fathom. A little bit is run dependent. Getting Sierra in the 4th round helps. But she beat Fernandez. I thought that was a good win for her. Fernandez is okay on the grass. Alexandrova, by the way, she got one of those breaks back on Belinda Bencic, so it's 4-2. And De Minaur is up an early break on Novak Djokovic. 1 love. Will this be the earliest exit? If Djokovic loses today, it'll be his earliest exit at Wimbledon since 2016. Alexandrova now breathing down the neck of Belinda Bencic. She's got one of those breaks back. She's held as well for 4-3. Meanwhile, Cilic and Caboli at the beginning of their second set, 1 love to Caboli on serve. Bencic to serve at 4-3. Keep your comments coming, please, on YouTube. My money will be on Caboli, but I want Cilic because of the pure Cilic nostalgia. That makes total sense, Nehel, yes. Meanwhile, Bencic is up 15 love. De Minaur serving at love 30 on his serve. Love 30. De Minaur. Forehand slice there from Djokovic on the defense. Backhand slice from Djokovic is good. A good volley there, though, from De Minaur. Now it's a backhand. Wow, Alex De Minaur. What a backhand flip reverse smash that was. 15-30, much needed as well, because he's under a bit of pressure there at love 30 on his serve. Meanwhile, Bencic has 40 love on her serve. De Minaur gets it back to 30 all. As Djokovic nets there on the backhand side. Just looking at Leighton Hewitt there, of course. Probably Australia's last. No. Yeah, Australia's last Wimbledon winner, I would imagine. Or men's winner at least, 2002. Of course, Ash Barty has won it since for the women. Okay, De Minaur Djokovic at deuce in this second game. Bencic held, by the way, and it's over to Alexandrova at 3-5. She leads 30-15. Deuce here. Cilic is at deuce, by the way, on his serve at the beginning of the second set there. as we welcome Marin Cilic fans and Alex and Flavio Cobolli too. Djokovic here with a break point, by the way, on Alex de Minaur. Forehand there from Djokovic goes long and it's deuce. Deuce here, Djokovic backhand into the forehand of de Minaur. Good depth there from Alex. Forehand now from de Minaur. It's not going to be big enough, though. That was just not big enough, but that's a better forehand there. Djokovic on the defense. Djokovic on the defense. De Minaur on the attack. Backhand now is going to go long from Djokovic, and it's going to be a game point for Alex de Minaur. Meanwhile, Belinda Bencic, when they return to the court, is going to serve for the first set. She was up a double break on Alexandrova, but it is now 5-4. Cilic holds, by the way, for one game all. As does de Minaur, by the way, for 2-love. Bencic here serving. Love 30 on her serve. Live Wimbledon action all the way. Let's present some scores with you on the screen for the Marin Cilic Flavio Cobolli match. It is 2-1 right now to Cobolli. I'm good, thank you, Jake. And you? Alexandrova has 3 break points, by the way, to prevent Bencic, who was up a double break, from winning this first set. Better hone in on this one. Can she get the break back? Love 40 here. Bencic to serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going to go down the tee, but miss. Second serve. Clip the net. Backhand return into the forehand of Bencic. Forehand from Alexandrova. Forehand Bencic. Going to go into the backhand of Alexandrova, going cross court. Backhand Alexandrova down the line. Forehand from Bencic. Back forehand from Alexandrova. Backhand from Bencic. Good depth there from the Swiss. She's on the attack now. Lovely angle that she's created. Forehand drive. And she's won the point. Superb grass court tennis there on Belinda Bencic. Oh, wonderful +1 there from Bencic. She had to really crouch down for that one. 30-40. Where's this one going? And she breaks, ladies and gentlemen. Alexandrova, after 46 minutes, is now back on serve, having been far behind for large parts of this set. Remember, she was a double break down. But now, does she have the momentum? Djokovic is on the board, by the way, against de Minaur. And Kaboli and Cilic are locked at 2 games all in the third set there, over on court number 2. Okay. Djokovic, de Minaur. De Minaur serving 2-1, 30 love it is right now. Forehand from Novak into the forehand of de Minaur. Forehand cross court from de Minaur. Novak there on the defense and can't deal with that depth from Alex. 30 love becomes 40 love and 2 game points. Federer there in the crowd, chatting, shades on. Forehand return here from Novak, forehand from de Minaur. Backhand down the line into Djokovic there. Djokovic is going to go long and it's going to be 3-1. Alex de Minaur. So Djokovic to serve at 1-3. Meanwhile, how are Alexandrova and Bencic doing? They are locked at 5-all. Remember, Bencic was up a double break. Just looking at some slow-mo action there. Alexandrova is held, by the way, for 6-5. Cilic and Kaboli. Kaboli has a game point for 3-2. Bencic here serving at 5-6. Where are you going to go with this? Down the tee into the backhand of Alexandrova, and she's not going to be able to deal with that venomous serve. 15 love. Demon Orr, love 30, becoming love 40 on the Novak Djokovic serve. Please do hit that like button, by the way. And if you are new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Bencic here, 30 love. Djokovic saves one of the break points to get to 15-40. A double break advantage for de Minaur, and you would imagine the first set is done, but you might well have said the same for Belinda Bencic when she was up a double break, and yet here we are. She's serving at 5-6, albeit that she has got 3 game points because it's 40 love on her serve. Kaboli and Cilic are at 2-all and deuce. So that's an interesting moment. Djokovic here, 15-40. Where are you going with this serve? You're going to go into the net. It's going to be a double fault. De Minaur breaks. He has a double break advantage in the first set. Meanwhile, Marin Cilic, okay, 2-all with Kaboli. Kaboli has a game point. For 3-2. Change of ends for Djokovic and de Minaur. Meanwhile, can Kaboli hold serve here? The 3-2. Yes, he can. 3-2, change of ends there. So, tie break time for Alexandrova and Bencic at 6-all. Bencic is going to go long, is she? Yes, she is. So it is 1 love. What do we make of the line calling controversy yesterday, by the way, between Pavlyuchenkova and Sonny Kartal? What do we think about Cam Norrie and Nicholas Jarry and their spat as well? Do let me know in the live chat. But also, most importantly, do hit that like button. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Cilic here serving at 2-3. Novak Djokovic serving, de Minaur serving 4-1. He is up a double break. And Alexandrova has got the mini break advantage on Belinda Bencic. Let's focus in on that one right now, because they are into a tie break. And it's Alexandrova on the attack, and it's going to be 3 love. 3 love, Alexandrova. I'm having to change my microphone. Fingers crossed everything's working nicely. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I think we are working now. Djokovic, 1-5, 15 all. Cilic and Kaboli are 3 all. Kaboli serving, love 15. And Ekaterina Alexandrova are into a first set tiebreak with Alexandrova up 4-3. Is it basically Sabalenka and the rest right now in terms of this draw? Four all, Bencic, Alexandrova. Love 40, Djokovic. Three-set points for Alex de Minaur on the Djokovic serve. Bencic here leading 5-4 with a mini break. One of those set points has been saved by Novak Djokovic, by the way. Don't know where to look right now. I'm looking all over. Let's concentrate on Bencic against Alexandrova. They are into a first set tiebreak. Backhand return, is it? No, because it's going to clip the net. So it's going to be another serve for Belinda Bencic. Cilic has 2 break points on Flavio Caboli. De Minaur has won the first set by 6-1 over Novak Djokovic. 6-1, that is done. Now, what about Alexandrova and Bencic? Backhand return here for Alexandrova. Forehand from Bencic is pretty good. And Alexandrova can't deal with it. Maybe she should have done. It was good, but it wasn't really outright winner worthy. And Alexandrova was easily able to get a forehand on it, but it went into the net. 2 set points. Belinda Bencic. Is she going to replicate what de Minaur has just done and won the first set, albeit the de Minaur fashion has been very, very different. Bencic up a double break here, remember, before being reeled in. Back to on serve, and now we're into the tiebreak, and she's up 6-4 with 2 set points. She serves down the tee, backhand from Alexandrova has got good depth on it, but so has the riposte from Bencic. And Alexandrova goes too long, clenched fist alert, as well as a scream from Belinda Bencic. Who knows which language it is in? But I tell you what, the language of tennis is that she has won the first set by 7-6 over the number 18 seed, Ekaterina Alexandrova. That first set had many, many twists and turns. What about the twists and turns in the Caboli and Cilic match? Well, Caboli has just saved 2 break points to get it back to deuce. However, he's going to have to save another one because Cilic is here returning 3 all, advantage to the Croatian. Backhand return, decent considering how good that serve was. Nice forehand from Marin. Low net clearance there. Funny bounces on this court, I will say. I've seen a few, but Cilic is dealing with it. However, he's on the defense here. Caboli's on the attack. Goes down the middle of the court, and Cilic perhaps caught a bit by surprise by that option. Can't deal with it, and it's deuce. Breaking news, of course, is that Alex de Minaur has won the first set of a Novak Djokovic 6-1. And de Minaur is serving at love 15. Other breaking news is that Belinda Bencic has won the first set by 7-6 over Ekaterina Alexandrova. Pretty dramatic first set, that one, over on court number 1. Meanwhile, Cilic here, is he going to get another break point? He's at the net. He's going to have to smash this one, and he does. Break point, Marin Cilic, looking as fresh as a daisy, belying his 36 years of age, as he seeks a fifth set for a potential Wimbledon quarterfinal. Remember, down 2-0. He's back to 2-1 and potentially going up a break here in the fourth. Game time, over 5 minutes. Backhand return, is it? No, because it's going to clip the net, I think. So it's going to be another first serve for Flavio Cobolli. Bencic serving first at the beginning of the second set. By the way, de Minaur under a bit of pressure on his serve at love 30 at the beginning of the second set, having won the first set by 6-1. Cilic here, break point. Court number 2, Wimbledon 2025. 2-1 down is the Croatian. What's he going to do here on the return? Backhand return. I think he's going to slice that for a second. No, he's not going to slice that one either. Forehand now from Cobolli. Forehand again from Flavio. Forehand Marin Cilic into the backhand of Cobolli. Decent depth there, but it's pretty slow pace from Cobolli, and he's punished for it by Marin Cilic, who does break after the backhand from Cobolli goes into the net. Cilic at the change of ends leads 4-3 in this fourth set. When he returns, he will serve for a 5-3 lead. De Minaur has won the next point to get it to 15-30 on his serve over on centre court. Okay, de Minaur Djokovic there, 15-30 on the de Minaur serve. Bencic serving at 30 love over on court number 1. Beginning of that second set, she leads by 1-0. Cilic on court number 2 with a 4-3 lead with a break. 3 matches currently underway in Wimbledon. 3 singles matches, I should say. Cilic, by the way, is under first point there, 15 love, as he seeks a 5-3 lead, hitting dead on 3 hours on the clock there for that Cilic-Cobolli match. Breaking news from centre court is that Novak Djokovic has broken de Minaur for a 1-love lead at the beginning of the second set. The 24-time Grand Slam winner has broken Alex de Minaur's serve for the first time in the match, 36 minutes in. He leads 1-love. He has threatened the de Minaur serve, no doubt about it, despite losing that first set by 6-1 in a seemingly comfortable fashion. Anyway, de Minaur up 1-0 on Djokovic, but Djokovic has an early break on de Minaur in the second. Bencic has a game point for a set and 1-love. And Cilic is at 30-15 on his serve, leading 4-3 over on court number 2. Let's tune into Marin Cilic for a moment or two. (30-15) Marin Cilic here. Oh, I didn't know. Thank you, Jake. Oh, it's going to miss that forehand winner down the line there. Effort from Cilic. 30 all here. Marin Cilic, 4-3, 30 all. Second serve here for Cobolli to look at, ready to pounce. Forehand return is unbelievable from Flavio Cobolli. 30-40. Some huge Cobolli fans in the crowd there. I don't know if they are relatives or close friends or just merely Cobolli fans. First serve out wide. Goes down the tee there, does Cilic. Remember, we've got a break point here for Flavio Cobolli. Another funny bounce. They often seem to occur on the court of Cilic, although it might just be the way he reacts. Good forehand there from Marin, but it's not going to win in the point. Now into the backhand of Cobolli. Forehand Cilic cross court. Backhand cross court now from both players. Cross courts here. Wonderful backhand winner there from Flavio Cobolli. He cups his ears as he breaks back for 4 all. Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, people, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. De Minaur, Djokovic. De Minaur won the first set by 6 games to 1. Cilic was up a break in the 4th set, leading 4-3, but that break has now come and gone with an unbelievable backhand cross-court winner here from Flavio Cobolli. Unerring that was. Nothing Marin could do about that. Marin Cilic, aged 36, 26 or 16. I don't think he would have been able to deal with that. Oh, a little net cord there for Cobolli. Is he going to take advantage of it? He's going to try and lob Marin Cilic, but it was such a good lob that the smash was difficult. But it's Cobolli who falls to the ground. Is he okay? Don't know is my answer. Gets to his feet a little gingerly, but I think he is going to be okay. He just sticks his hand out, suggests he is. It was a really good lob, and that made it difficult for Marin. Oh, and he's going to miss that forehand, is Marin Cilic, so it's going to be 30 love, Flavio Cobolli. Meanwhile, Alexandrova and Bencic are... Ooh, I was just going to see De Minaur, sorry, missed that backhand, sorry. Meanwhile, Ekaterina, Alexandrova and Bencic are on serve, although there's only been one game at the beginning of the second set. Remember, Bencic winning that first set. Is De Minaur going to threaten the Novak Djokovic serve? Probably not, as we see Katie Bolter watch on. I say probably not. It's a game point for Novak Djokovic for a 2-love lead. Good depth there from Novak. Forehand then into the forehand of Novak. Now it's on the backhand of De Minaur, who's on the defense, but it's Djokovic who puts his backhand into the net. Deuce. Deuce here now. Djokovic, De Minaur, 1-love. Meanwhile, Cilic and Cobolli. It's 5-4 Cobolli. Cilic serving to stay in the match. Good hold there for Flavio, particularly as he's just broken and sort of basically consolidated that break, albeit that they are on serve. Alexandrova holds for 1-all. Pretty lengthy first couple of games there in the second set. Bencic leading by 1 set to love. De Minaur has a break point on Novak Djokovic to get it back on serve. Novak on the stretch. Okay, break point for Alex de Minaur here. How's he going to get on? Number 6 seed, Novak Djokovic. Number 11 seed, Alex de Minaur. The seeds have held in this part of the draw. Backhand return from de Minaur is not bad. Forehand now from de Minaur is going to go long. Deuce. Forehand return is also going to go long from de Minaur there. Good serve out wide from Djokovic as he earns a game point for 2-love, his second game point of this particular encounter. How is Cilic doing? He's serving to stay in the match and he's up 30-love. Oh, how he wish he could have consolidated that break he had. Meanwhile, Djokovic, game point here, 1-love advantage. Backhand return from de Minaur. Some pretty good serving here from Novak, just when he needs it most. Forehand there from Novak, good depth on that one. Forehand again from Novak with equally good depth. Nice change of direction from de Minaur. That slice, though, from Djokovic is going to go long. That's going to be deuce. What about Cilic? He holds 5-all, 49 minutes for this set. 3 hours and 9 minutes total for the match. Five all there. Kaboli, 15-love, is it? No, because it must have be a second serve there. Djokovic here, game point against Alex de Minaur. Forehand return from him into the backhand of Novak. Slice there from de Minaur into the forehand of Novak. Backhand cross court. Backhand here from de Minaur into the forehand of Novak. Backhand cross court from Novak Djokovic. Backhand cross court again. Forehand now from Novak is going to go long. Deuce. Meanwhile, Bencic has a game point for 2-1, which she takes. Kaboli, 15-30 on his serve against Marin Cilic. Can Cilic go up a break again in this set? Much more stable beginning to the second set from Alexandrova and Bencic compared to the first set when there were breaks galore. Well, I say breaks galore. They were going the way of Belinda Bencic when she raced into a double break lead. Deuce here between de Minaur and Djokovic. Forehand return from Alex. Backhand from Djokovic. Slide de Minaur into the forehand of Novak. It's a really good slice, but it's not going to help him win the point because we're still in the rally here. But he's on the defense now, is de Minaur. Backhand from Novak into the forehand of de Minaur. Backhand again. That's backhand's going to go long. That's going to be another great point for Alex de Minaur, the second one of this encounter. Meanwhile, Kaboli has a game point for 6-5. Alexandrova and Bencic are at the change of ends. Alexandrova will return 1-2 down. Game point, Flavio Kaboli. Can he take it for a 6-5 lead? He can. Cilic, once again, will serve for the tightrope of serving to stay in the match. He will walk the tightrope, I should say. Djokovic here is also walking a tightrope of his own as he faces a break point, and it's going to be a second serve for Alex de Minaur. Where are you going with this serve, Djokovic? You are going down the tee. Ooh, that was a risky second serve. Forehand from de Minaur into the forehand of Novak. They're going cross-court at the moment, but it's de Minaur who tries to change direction. He's done that a few times today, sometimes with success, but not on that occasion because he hits it long. Deuce. fifth deuce of the game. Meanwhile, Alexandrova and Bencic return to the court, with Alexandrova serving at 1-2 in the second set. Cilic and Kaboli, when they return to the court, Cilic will be serving to stay in the match. Kaboli having a munch on a banana. Cilic having a munch on an energy bar, I'm guessing, as they wait to return to the court. Alexandrova and Bencic have returned to the court. It's 1-2, love 15. Meanwhile, de Minaur, and this is a huge service game, by the way, for Djokovic if he was to hold here. They're slicing away right now into the forehand of Novak, and he can't deal with that slice. It's the second time I've seen a slice like that. Really demon slice from the demon himself. As we head towards 12 minutes for this game, and de Minaur's going to have his third break point. Come on, says Katie from his box. Break point, Alex de Minaur. Djokovic puffing already a little bit. 49 minutes on the clock, approaching 2:30 local time. Alexandrova under a bit of pressure on her serve at 15:30, by the way. Kaboli Cilic under huge amounts of pressure on his serve because he's serving to stay in the match, albeit he has won the first point. Back to de Minaur and Djokovic. De Minaur break point here. Where are you going with this second serve, Novak? You're going down the tee. Forehand return is going to go into the net. Another break point save. Third one of the game for Novak Djokovic as they head to the fixed deuce. And well over 12 minutes for this service game. Cilic and Kaboli. Cilic and Kaboli. Cilic, 2 game points for 30 love. Sorry, 2 game points. He's 2 points ahead. He's won the first 2 points on his serve. 30 love down the tee. Backhand here from Cilic is going to go long. So it's 30-15. Bencic is going to have a break point, by the way. 30-40. What about de Minaur and Djokovic? Djokovic goes long with the forehand. It's going to be a 4th break point for Alex de Minaur. Ekaterina Alexandrova here. Did she save the break point? Yes, she did. It's deuce. Meanwhile, Cilic taking his time at 30-15. Backhand return from Kaboli is pretty good, but it's dealt with on the forehand side by Cilic, but only just, and Kaboli puts away the short ball. 3-30 all. 2 points from victory is Flavio Kaboli here. Been pretty close to victory already. Remember, it was a pretty tight third set that went to a tiebreak. Whether it was Cilic who emerged for victory in that tiebreak. $30 all. Are we going to get a game point or a match point here? Remember, Cilic was up a break in this third set. Down the tee, backhand return. Cilic clenches his fist as he sees that return go into the net. Game point. Another break point for Belinda Bencic over on court number 1. Backhand cross court from Ekaterina Alexandrova. Alexandrova here on the defense. Bencic thought about coming into the net, but doesn't. Still in the rally here. Alexandrova on the defense. Can she deal with that? Is it going to land in? It is. Wow. And Bencic, as a result of that wow moment, because it landed plumb on the line, overhits the forehand. It's deuce, much to her chagrin. Meanwhile, Cilic, has he held? I think he has by the merest of millimeters with that last shot landing in. So, Cilic and Kaboli into a 3rd or 4th set tiebreak. De Minaur against Djokovic. De Minaur has another break point. Can he take it? We're about to find out. Alexandrova has a game point for 2 all. Cilic and Kaboli into a 4th set tiebreak. Djokovic saves another break point. They're back to deuce. Cilic, Kaboli, tiebreak time. This first rally is pretty epic. Good depth there from Flavio. Cilic on the backhand side, he slices. Backhand as well from Kaboli, but it goes long and wide. So Cilic up a mini break, 1-love. Alexandrova holds for 2-all, by the way. Some pretty epic games going on right now, and epic moments as well. De Minaur and Djokovic, by the way, into a 13-minute game, and Djokovic has a game point for 2-love, but that's been epic as well. Okay, Cilic here, 1-love serving in this fourth set tiebreak. Can he force a fifth set? We're about to find out. Goes down the tee, can't be returned. 2-0 Cilic. Backhand return from Caboli goes long, 2-0. Cilic, second serve, 2-0. Down the tee, backhand return from Caboli. That return has been pretty dangerous today. Forehand here from Cilic. That has been anything but dangerous today, and it repeats that again as he puts that forehand into the net. We're back on serve in this tiebreak. Over to you, Caboli, to serve at 1-2. Meanwhile, De Minaur has another break point in that epic second game of the second set between De Minaur and Djokovic. Bencic here, serving 2-all, 30-15. First serve from Caboli goes into the net, 1-2 in this tiebreak. Into the rally. Cilic, has that landed in? No, just missed, 2-all. Forehand there was a bit short, but it wasn't easy because he had to pick it up there off the low bouncing grass, did Cilic, and couldn't quite get it up and over and then to land back in. So 2-all in this tiebreak. Caboli here, technically 5 points away from victory. De Minaur has finally broken, by the way, Novak Djokovic in that epic second game. 1 game all. Bencic, 2 game points for a 3-2 lead in the second set. Cilic here, miss-hitting the forehand, going long. 3-2 Caboli. Please, if you've just joined us, hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. Rowe here asking who is winning between Cilic and Caboli. Caboli leads by 2-1, and we are into a fourth set tiebreak, which is nip and tuck, ladies and gentlemen. Cilic here serving 2-3 in this tiebreak. Bencic holds for 3-2, by the way. She leads by a set and 3-2 on serve in that second set. Cilic here, 2-3. Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going out wide. Second serve, though, to look at because it missed. De Minaur will be happy to get back on serve, but he'll be less happy about losing the first point of his service game. Basically, it's 57 minutes on the clock, and a third of it has been one game. Oh, that was an interesting moment because Caboli completely misread the serve there from Cilic, thinking he was going to go out wide. And as a result, it was almost an open goal down the tee. 3-all at the change of ends between Cilic and Caboli. De Minaur Djokovic, love 15. Becomes 15-all. As we tried to get to 19,000 subscribers before the end of Wimbledon, please hit that subscribe button. 3-all, Cilic Caboli. Kaboli backhand there into the backhand of Cilic. This is tricky, particularly as we've got so many hours on the clock. And Kaboli gets the mini break for 4-3. Kaboli gets the mini break now. 4-3 he leads. 3 points from victory, but also with a huge mini break advantage. Can you have a huge mini advantage? I don't know, but I just said it. 30 all in the de Minaur service game against Novak Djokovic on centre court. Both players seeking a quarterfinal berth. Remember, de Minaur and Djokovic should have played at the quarterfinal stage last year, but de Minaur was injured. Kaboli wins the next point for 5-3. We could be just a minute or so away from the end. If Kaboli holds serve here, he'll have some match points. Goes down the tee. Cilic gets his racket on it. Forehand from Kaboli. Cilic staring down the barrel of defeat as Kaboli hits a forehand winner. It is 3 match points for the Italian. Flavio Kaboli, forehand winner, his 5th one of the set. Screams from the crowd in his favour. 3 match points, Flavio Kaboli. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Cilic here serving 3-6. He knows he's got to win these next 3 points or he is out of Wimbledon 2025. And who knows, might even be his last appearance at the tournament. Here we go, Cilic. Where are you going with this serve? Into the net. So a second serve for Flavio Kaboli to look at. 3 match points here for a 3-1 victory and a first person to book their place in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon 2025. Run around forehand return. It's big, but Cilic deals with it. That forehand, though, is not bad. They're into the rally right now. Difficult to tell who's up in top right now. Kaboli changing directions, but the huge forehand from Cilic goes into the net and screams of delight. Flavio Kaboli books his spot in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon. The forehand from Maric Cilic let him down again, as happens so often in this match. Cilic will be disappointed. Is he saying goodbye to Wimbledon, maybe for the last time? Don't know. But what we do know is that Flavio Kaboli is into the quarterfinals with a 4-set win in 3 hours and 25 minutes. 6-4, 6-4, 6-7, 7-6. We want to highlight the forehand from Cilic that let him down far too often today for his liking. But wow, Flavio Kaboli, he's saying, if you didn't take me seriously on grass before, you have to take me seriously on grass right now. Hugs his team. There are tears in his box. Tears of delight mostly, but what emotion. Kaboli through. Cilic says goodbye, perhaps for the last time, to the Wimbledon crowd as he trudges off the court. Let's have a look at some of the stats from this particular encounter before we bring this stream to an end, and we'll switch you over to the Djokovic-de Minaur match. Cilic there waving to the crowd, thumbs up, waving, waving, waving. It does feel like, for the last time, the former Wimbledon finalist wasn't quite able to replicate it again this year, falling at the 4th round stage. That felt like a goodbye to me. Anyway, stats attack. 19 aces off the racket of Marin Cilic today to the 11 of Flavio Kaboli. 1 double fault from Cilic. That's not bad across 4 sets in 3.5 hours. 3 from Flavio Kaboli, which is equally not bad. First serve in percentage, Marin Cilic 65%. First serve in percentage from Kaboli was 61%. First serve points won, though, much more important, was that Kaboli won 78% of his, whereas Cilic, perhaps with his big serve, might be slightly disappointed with winning 71% of his first serves. Second serve points won from both players, hovering around the 60% mark. Cilic at the net, just 63% of his points won at the net. That'll disappoint the big Croatian. Kaboli with a slightly healthier 75% ratio. And the break points won, perhaps the most significant factor of all. Both players had 8 break points. Huge difference, though, was that Kaboli broke 3 times, whereas Cilic could only break once. And therein lies perhaps the biggest huge differential between the two. Perhaps another one that you could throw into the fire, though, or into the debate would be the unforced errors. Cilic hitting 64 unforced errors across that 3.5-hour epic, whereas Caboli hit 47. But the huge factor is that Caboli is into the quarterfinals with a 4-set win over Marin Cilic. 6-4, 6-4, 6-7, 7-6. Just shy of 3.5 hours. Caboli now is going to talk to the crowd. Shall we have a listen? That's his father that's in tears. Okay. I wondered who that was. Guessing those people that were brilliant throughout the match were his close friends that he mentioned before. He's never played on a big court. He's definitely going to play on a big court. Whether it be centre or not, I don't know. He's awaiting the winner of Demonor and Djokovic, who must really fancy their chances of making the semis if they do get through. No disrespect to Fabio. Flavio Caboli is through. Congratulations to him and his team. As I say, he awaits the winner of Alex de Minaur and Novak Djokovic in the next round. That is currently 1-0 to Alex de Minaur, but Djokovic has regained his break advantage. He leads 3-2 with a break in the second set. So we can end this stream now, and you can join us for that particular encounter. Remember, do hit that like button and subscribe if you are new, and you're going to get reminded of that right now. So that is the end of that particular stream, but we are here, of course, to continue with other encounters, which do include Bencic, by the way, who has just broken Alexandrova and is now going to serve for the match. Well, well, well. Let's hone in on that encounter, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, because it could be coming to an end. Alexandrova having broken those two, she had the double breakdown, didn't she, in the first set? She got it back on serve, but Bencic just that little bit better so far today. Who knows, though? There might be another twist in the tail on court number one. Okay, so let's hear. Let's tune in now for Alexandrova Bencic. Can Bencic serve this out? 15 all on her serve at the beginning of this service game. Included a double fault, by the way, there, which brought us to 15 all. Screams of delight there as Cilic hits that one, 30-15. Thirty all here. Oh, Alexandrova disappointed with that one, 30-40. Match point, Belinda Bencic. Here we go. Where are you going to go with this? So you're going to toss the ball, but you're going to let it drop again. Remember, match point here for Bencic to replace in the Wimbledon quarterfinals. Where are you going with this serve? It's going to miss. So it's going to be a second serve for Alexandrova to look at. Forehand return from Alexandrova into forehand of Bencic. Forehand here from Alexandrova. Winner down the line. Wow. Take a bow. Ekaterina Alexandrova. Juice. Another match point here for Belinda Bencic. Where are you going to go with this serve? Backhand return is not bad, but Bencic is in the rally. Forehand from Alexandrova is pretty good, but Bencic defends it. This is going to be a nervy forehand for Alexandrova, but she puts the short forehand away. Use. Bencic screaming at her team. You wouldn't think that she's a point or two away from victory. She's currently 2 points away, of course. 2 match points coming and going. De Minaur, by the way, is broken back against Djokovic. So it's 3-all over there on centre court. We're going to have another match point for Belinda Bencic. Welcome to Samsonova Busas Monero viewers as well. Anyway, match point number 3 for Belinda Bencic here against Alexandrova for a place in the Wimbledon quarterfinals. Here we go. Another ball toss from Bencic goes awry. So here we go once again. Ball toss goes up. Where are you going with this serve? Down the tee this time. Forehand return from Alexandrova is too good. Deuce. Bencic is just getting more and more annoyed with every match point that comes and goes. She doesn't know whether to go for the forehand or the backhand on the serve, especially into the deuce court. She's being punished on both sides. I don't know why she's applauding her team sarcastically there. I think it's because she's taken a bit off that first serve to make sure it went in, but it didn't work. She needs to go big on these first serves and be brave on the second. Well, she's missed the first serve there. Can she be brave on the second? We're about to find out. Deuce. Still 2 points away from victory, of course. Down the tee. Forehand return. Forehand, backhand from Bencic. Forehand from Alexandrova. Forehand now from Bencic into the backhand of Alexandrova. Nice looped up ball there. And it's a backhand from Bencic, goes into the net. She's just telling her team to shut up, even though they're not saying anything. Break point. Alexandrova. How about that? Can she get the break? Backhand return is going to go long, so it's going to go to Deuce. We've had a few epic games today. In fact, Djokovic, by the way, has 3 break points to once again break the advantage, get the advantage over De Minaur in this second set. Match point, Belinda Bencic once again. Can she get it done on the third match point? Where's she going to go with this serve? Goes out wide, backhand return, decent depth on that return, but we're into the rally here. Alexandrova, maybe she's just waiting for a mistake from Alexandrova, is Bencic here, because she's on the defense. Forehand cross court now from, oh, it's gone long from Bencic, and we're back to Deuce. Chill at your box. Chill at your box. 5th deuce of the game. Djokovic is broken, by the way, for 4-3. Bencic winner. This has just been the story of this game. 4th Bencic. Sorry, 5th match point, my bad. Busas Monero and Samsonova to match. Down the tee, forehand return from Alexandrova. Bencic is hating that deuce court serve. And it's a forehand winner from Alexandrova. No lacking in boldness for the number 18 seed, and we're at deuce. Deuce, Bencic serving. She's preferring the ad court generally. Backhand return. She's loving that looped up shot, but that looped up shot is going to go long from Bencic. And it is a break point, the second one of the game. Who knows what this dialogue is about? But Bencic is annoyed, but she should be annoyed at herself. Backhand return into the forehand of Bencic. Backhand from Alexandrova. Forehand Bencic cross court. Forehand down the line from Alexandrova. Backhand now into the backhand of Bencic. It's going to clip the net. You lucky, lucky, lucky player, Belinda Bencic. Now it's Alexandrova's turn to lament her situation. Bencic clips the net with that winner down the line, and it's deuce. I don't even know if she apologized for it, did she? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, oh, no, she doesn't apologize, Belinda. Tennis etiquette there, wanting. Do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Second serve here for Alexandrova to look at deuce. Djokovic has 2 game points to consolidate. Buzas, Monero, and Samsonova are warming up. Double fault, Bencic. Break point. Alexandrova. Second serve here for Alexandrova to look at. Into the rally. Nice forehand down the line from Bencic, but it's not going to win at the point. We're still in the rally here. Lovely change of direction from Alexandrova. Well defended, though, from Bencic, and that level of defense is going to help her win the point. Huge. Djokovic, 5-3. Demonor serving at 3-5. Meanwhile, deuce. Bencic, by the way, just is a breakpoint saving machine today. Missing the first serve, Alexandrova. Second serve here. Backhand return. Forehand now into the forehand of Alexandrova. Nice winner there from Alexandrova. Another break point. Fourth one of the game. 9th of the match. But she has only broken twice in the match, so a lack of ruthlessness has certainly cost her today. Buzas, Monero, and Samsonova are underway. But as is tennis, this match could be done in 1 minute or it could be done in 1 hour. You know what? It may well be 1 hour because Alexandrova's just broken. So we're back on serve. Buzas, Monero, and Samsonova are underway on court number 2. Samsonova's serving first, but she's lost the first point, love 15. Demonor, by the way, serving at 3-5, leading 30-15 in the second set. Why don't we just take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back, I guess is what we normally say. Let's do this, shall we? Let's click a few buttons, and we go like this, and like... Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell.
Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Does Flavio Caboli really rhyme with pepperoni, by the way, Ghosty? I'll give you it because you've given us $5. Anyway, just sharing a few scores on the screens. De Minaur Djokovic, by the way, the winner of this match will play Flavio Caboli in the quarterfinals after the Italian beat Marin Cilic in 4 sets. Excuse me. Oh, what's going on here? What did I miss? Ekaterina Alexandrova. It's match point for Bencic. Down the tee. She gets a forehand on that. And Alexandrova goes long. And Bencic is through. And there's tears galore. Well, that match quickly came to an end, having got back on serve there, Ekaterina Alexandrova. Eventually, Bencic gets over the line, but it's on the Alexandrova serve. And Alexandrova cannot believe it, and nor can I. I mean, she was looking comfortable on her serve. It's one of the reasons why I neglected it for a moment. Next thing I know, she's facing a match point once more. She's saved a couple already, or saved a few already. But ultimately, it is Bencic who goes through. 7-6, 6-4. I think we're going to hear from her as well right now. Wow. Well, what a quick end to the end in the end that was. We will hone in on the stats in a moment, but she is through Belinda Bencic in straight sets. Maybe we can listen to her as well right now. She's just adjusting some stuff. Let's have a quick look at the stats, by the way. By the way, huge, in terms of the match itself, Bencic was up a double break in the first set, but that came and went. And then they went into a tie break, and I thought Alexandrova had the momentum, but she arrested the slide and got over the line in that set. She then goes up a break, and then when she's trying to serve it out, she has so many match points, I lost count. But in the end, it didn't matter because even though Alexandrova broke back, she then broke immediately to win the match. So, yeah, 1 hour, 56 minutes. Bencic is through to the quarterfinals. We're going to hear from her now. She really enjoyed it, she said. It might not have seemed that way. It certainly didn't at times. First ever quarterfinal. Always got stuck in the quarterfinal. I remember that epic she had with Swiatek that was so close to a win for her in 2023. There we go. Got to do that after the tournament with the cream, not before. I did say I would share some of the stats for you from this particular encounter, by the way, between Alexandrova and Bencic. Alexandrova had her chances, none more so than when she got the double break back on serve in that first set, but wasn't able to win the tie break. And then also, of course, it was also the story of the match in some ways because she was down a break in the second set and had to save match points. Broke serve, but then immediately got broken herself. And yeah, just wasn't able to keep that concentration. Okay, so in terms of the stats that I said I would highlight, I mean, I think the lack of break points won in terms of opportunities is certainly going to be one we're going to highlight for Alexandrova. But anyway, Alexandrova, 3 aces to Bencic's 1. Double faults from Alexandrova were 5 and 3 from Bencic. I remember one of those definitely came when she was trying to serve it out for the first time, in fact, the only time. Both players hovering around 65% first serves in, both hovering around the 60% mark for first serve points won. But Alexandrova, 38% she won on her second serve. That is not enough, and certainly Bencic punished it today. Bencic winning 86% of her net points, whereas Alexandrova could only win 63% of hers. But this is telling. Break point opportunities for Belinda Bencic. 4 from 6 she won. 67%. Ruthless. Opposite of ruthless, wasteful, squander some, which is probably a word I'm making up. 3 from 11 for Alexandrova. 27% she won in that scenario. Yeah, and that probably therein tells the story of the match. Come and join us now, though, for Djokovic against De Minaur. So we'll see you over on that stream. And thank you very much for those that tuned in to Alexandrova and Belinda Bencic.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.